Okay, next we're going to talk about the envelopes present on the IK Multimedia-UNO Synth Pro. As we have before, you can choose the envelope functions by pressing the buttons on the face that are labeled with the function you desire, which I don't know how many times I've said that now. Anyway, so let's just go to the filter envelope. And as we have already dealt with the filter, we know what to do here. So first, let's go to filter 1, and we will add a filter envelope. Okay, so then let us go to, we've added an envelope amount. Now let us go down to filter envelope and deal with that. So obviously, as you might expect with a filter envelope, we have the ability to adjust the attack, decay, sustain, and release of the envelope simply by pressing the filter envelope and having the filter set to be controlled by this envelope. And unlike so many synthesizers, IK Multimedia has chosen to have gone with this knob function, which is interesting because it's somewhat rare that attack, decay, sustain, and release are set by knob. It kind of takes some getting used to for me because there's been so many times where it was, a slider. But I guess, if we go back to the Minimoog and stuff like that. Now, also, we probably want to set the amp envelope as we're doing this. The amp envelope is directly connected to the VCA. So no matter what happens, you can directly just change your loudness envelope all you want. Keep in mind, attack, of course, controls how long it takes for the, in this case, amp to reach its highest volume. Decay is how long it takes to go from the highest volume to no volume, unless the sustain is set, which will hold at a certain volume. And then release is how long it takes to go from the sustains level to 0 after letting go of the key. So that's also true for the filter, but instead of loudness, we're talking about filter cutoff point. So keep that in mind. There is another thing to keep in mind about these envelopes that we should focus on, and that is something really, really cool. If you, as with other functions, press the data button while you're working in a preset or while you're working in a function, you get the edit preset functionality. Go to back and you can actually parametrically set all of the functions you would like. But you might notice that there are a couple extras here we don't have a knob for, and that is retrigger and loop. Loop is particularly interesting because setting loop allows you to have this filter envelope happen over and over again. So if you have, for example, your sustain and your amp envelope up enough that you can hold a note forever, your filter envelope will go through its loop over and over again. And what this does, in addition to just what you're hearing, it allows you to use your filter envelope and even your amp envelope as modulation sources, whereas envelopes typically go through their cycle and then they're over. Once you add this looping functionality, your filter envelope and your amp envelope are now LFOs that you can apply to other functions in the matrix. So if you are so greedy that your two LFOs are already set to doing something, pulse width and some other thing, you could then use the filter envelope and amp envelope as LFOs for something else. And it's really cool because you have control over the ADSR, you can actually make your own wave shape. You're fashioning what that LFO's wave shape is with a looping ADSR. And that is something very, very cool. All right, so those are the envelopes on the IK Multimedia Synth Pro.